Oh, hope you're well. Just give people a chance to jump on and join us. I've just got a cup of tea, so I hope you get yourself a brew, get yourself a cuppa, because you know, like when I go on live, I'm normally here for about an hour or so. So I appreciate your company when you watch this on the catch up, because there's nobody here currently yet. I'm still waiting, and yeah. So we're back to painting once again. So this morning I've been out for a lovely walk, nearly 11,000 steps, which is good. So starts my day off right, with the right mindset, the right goal, the right intention. So I got my steps in and did a couple of videos while I was out there for social media while I was walking and talking. One was to advertise the mental health walk that I do every month. Last Sunday of the month, we get together at a big park in town, and we have a walk around there. Nothing overly exhaustive or like it doesn't exert you or anything, but it's just nice to have a stroll and have a wander, have a walk. And it's like a mental health walk and talk that I call it, and it's just, to be honest with you, it's not really just focused. It's just to bring people together, to have a bit of community, bit of chat, a bit of walk, a bit of talk. And if you've got mental health issues, then that's what it's there for. And if you haven't, it's also there just to come for a wander and a bit of a chat, and just to create that little bit of community. Because you find that as you walk around, so many people are they just don't want to make eye contact. They don't want to look. They always keep their heads down. They don't really do a lot of acknowledgement. And I think just this act of bringing people together, having a little bit of a chat, just letting them know that, you know, we're all human. We all have things going on. We all have issues. We all have problems. And it's basically just the way that we deal with it. It's the way that we manage it. And not to just kind of like, what's the right words to use? Not to kind of like just ignore them or put your head in the sand and just hope that things pass by, but just acknowledge them and just know that they are there, know that you're a human, know that things happen, life happens, and it's just finding the right ways to deal with it. So going for a walk, chatting with someone, and sometimes talking with people that you don't even know is probably one of the best things you can do for your mental health. And that's why I often say, you know, if I'm quite close to someone and they come to me for some assistance with their mental health, and I know them really well, I'd say, well, I'd rather you speak to somebody outside of my circle, because I know them kind of like too well, and you can become a little bit kind of biased, and you won't always give them the answers that they need to hear. You might give them the answers that you want them to hear. Namira, hello, welcome. So you've got to be quite selective with that when you're working with people, you know. And if you're working on kind of like a deep emotional level with people as well, if you know them really well, it can be quite difficult, because you don't want to kind of like cross a boundary, and you don't want it to affect things out of that circle. So that's why you have to be quite careful with that. But yeah, walking, talking, it's so good for you, just for your mental health. But it's good for like kind of like letting go of stress, releasing stress. It's good to just get that kind of things out of your head, just as you walk around, just wander, just chatting about things. And it's good exercise. You're getting the fresh air, you're getting out in nature, you're getting in with the elements. So it could be the sun, it could be sun, it could be the wind, it could be the rain, whatever it is. It's all having a positive effect on you, and it's all helping to release the feel-good chemicals, like the endorphins and all that sort of stuff in the brain, to make you feel better. And then it's just a case of, once you get to that nice state, maintaining it, finding ways you can maintain it. Alex, welcome back from your travels, my friend. How are you doing? How are you doing? It's so good to have you back, and it's lovely to hear that you got back home safe and sound. I was on a live yesterday, and I had to make someone else a moderator, a regular viewer. But yeah, so really, really good. It sounds like you've had a really positive time away, a positive experience, you know, and the fact that you've been able to do that and do that on your own, that's really good. It's quite empowering, isn't it? It's quite empowering. It gives you that confidence to know that, you know, you can do that. You can do that stuff. I was just saying earlier on, as I came on the live, I was out for a walk this morning. I was doing a couple of videos just for social media content while I was walking around the park. Years ago, I wouldn't have been seen dead doing that kind of, because you just feel like a pillock. You feel like a tool. But now, like, I'm not as bad with it. I'm kind of like, I know that I have to do it, and it's good for its purpose. And what it's doing, and if you don't do it, who's going to know? Because, you know, it's a great way to connect to people, making a video, making that sort of content. So far so good. Just woke up, felt some residual magic yesterday, just sitting in the driver's seat after getting home. Nice. Residual magic. Is that from the travels? Is it something that you felt from going about your travels, and how it's made you feel? Made you feel empowered? Is that what you were feeling? Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, it's really good to have you back. I've kind of missed you. You need to do. A natural buzz of mystery. Cool. Might be a shift in your energy. Charmaine Setchfield, hi. Please say 67. 67? Like you did it, man. I have proof that I could do something that I wasn't sure of. Yeah. A buzz of victory, not mystery. I'm using talk to text. Oh, right, okay. I think it's a buzz of mystery as well, because you don't really know, you can't really put your finger on what it is, but there's something there. There's something energetically that's just shifted, and you feel better for it. You feel better for doing it. So yeah. But yeah, definitely. Sounds good. I mean, it was really lovely when you'd dropped some messages for me to listen to and check out, you know, and it was, you could just feel like through the messages, you could just feel the vibe. It felt alive, but it felt relaxed. It just felt good. Anything for Aries today? Yes. So Aries, I just did a tarot reading not so long ago about Aries, full moon in Aries, and I'm feeling the energy now more than ever, and what I was feeling in that was getting it done. It's just like putting all your stuff you've been kind of like building up to. You've gone through a lot of sort of cogitating and processing and working things out, and that's quite tough for an Aries at times, but there's been a lot of processing that you've had to do, and now it feels like you're at a stage, and this is energetically for everybody, that we're at that stage. It's kind of like, get it done, drop the fear, drop what's holding you back, drop that little bit of resistance, and just do it. Just get it done, and you will get it done. You will do it. You can do it. That also is a skill, letting mystery breathe instead of having to figure out everything out all the time. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and sometimes you sit with that mystery and it starts to show itself, but also sometimes it doesn't. And there's like another level of kind of processing underneath that you have to go through. And at the time it can feel frustrating. At the time it can feel like, well, I want to know now what this stuff is. But it's all energy layers that we're working through. And like I said, that was something that I was kind of like, as I was going around the park today and I was making them videos, I thought, that is something I wouldn't have dared do years ago, would be to put a camera in front of me and walk around the park and make like a video. Not that there wasn't many people around or whatever, but you just think like, why, why let it affect you that much? Because it's just a way of communication, and I think a lot of us we get kind of like tested a little bit when we have to communicate. Wow, that's what I've been doing with my music. I've been making hundreds of tracks and now only just got some tracks released in most music streaming services. Thank you, I've subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, it's very much a do energy at the minute. It's just kind of like, get on with it. You can sit and you can cogitate as long as you want, but it's not going to get anything done. So that's what these energies have to come in for, to remind us that we are the creators. You know, like with the music, creating. We are the creators, and until we start to make action and actually do something with it, it's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, so well done for you for doing that. Amazing. Amazing. I did some music just the other week there with a mate of mine that we used to be in a band together, and we're thinking about maybe just trying to do like a duo thing, because trying to get a band back together, it's like the Blues Brothers. It's so difficult to get like people aligned and able to connect. So we're probably just going to do like something in a duo, but we've just been revisiting some of the old tracks that we used to play. So we've kind of re-recorded them like in his house on his laptop, and he's kind of like mixed it and all that sort of stuff, and they sound really good, better than like the stuff that we had before. Appreciate that. Thank you. You're very, very welcome. Plus we got to fight against the stupid Base 44 stuff and all this AI. They're trying to act like it's all good thing to just be able to think and it shall be. We have to remember to put the work in. Absolutely. Remember to myself, there's not a lot of shortcuts out there. Putting the work in is the fun part. It is. I think doing it and stepping into that uncertainty is what makes it magical, because you don't know the outcome. It's just going to happen. It's just going to come around, and it'll come around in whatever beautiful way it needs to. It really will. Triple J, I know what you mean. I work alone. What genre do you do? So it's kind of like bluesy, rocky stuff that I play. And that's kind of, I'm more into like your old school stuff, like Eric Clapton and John Lee Hooker and B.B. King and Joe Bonamassa, that sort of stuff that I'm into. Albie, hello. Leon, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have 2 different music friends and we have future music plans, and I hold these opportunities as sacred. They really are. They really are. It is sacred, because that's where all your creativity comes from. Your sacral. That's where the word comes from. Sacral, sacred. So it comes from your very being. It comes from your very depth of your being. You know, and making and creating, it's like, it's who we are. It's what we do. And there will be something that you will want to make, you will want to create, you will want to, whether it's music, whether it's painting, whether it's, I don't know, building something, construction. You know, creation is our very kind of, it's our birthright. It's who we are. It's our divine spark. It's what makes us human. It makes us, it brings that magic into the world. Namira, thank you for the healing 2 weeks ago. Not a problem. It was beautiful. It was really lovely. Do get in touch if you want some more. I've got a quiet couple of weeks at the minute, so it's healing and releasing, says Leon. It is, very much so. Back in 2014, I had a project I called Song a Day. I would write, conceive, and record a song every day for the month of February. Wow, that's a lot. There's some songs with real potential in there. The main thing was the deadline. I always feel like art breathes better when suffocated. Interesting. But the production quality is, of course, trash. You can hear me hit the record button on half of them. Yeah, the squeeze of creativity. I try not to force it, really. I have to sit with it. I have to sit with the flow of it, and we all do it in our own separate individual way, but I will feel the call to move into something. So at the minute, I'm really into my creativity stage, so my art, my music, my playing. I've been playing guitar on a night time now, really enjoying getting back into that. My fingers went really, really soft, like the ends, the calluses are just sort of like worn away, so I had to, here you go, Leon. So I had to start to play again, just to start building the calluses back up on my finger ends. I was just playing a lot of acoustic, and obviously that's a bit more tough on the fingertips. So every now and again I went back to the electric just to take a bit of the tension off the fingers. Yeah, it's the texture that I like the texture in the background as well. It just gives it that, I don't know, it just gives it a feeling of kind of like aliveness and nature, and yeah, it just gives it a nice feeling. So what's everyone's plans for today then? What you're all up to? If you're new here, please do subscribe to the channel as well. I try to go live most days, either around this time or 7 p.m. UK time as well. So I am trying to do more lives to connect to the viewers a little bit more one-to-one. And obviously I do have content ready in the background to go out. So I release videos every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. UK time. According to vidIQ, that's the best time to release my videos. That's when most of my viewers are on. So I just go with that. And yeah, I've got videos scheduled up to the 1st of December, because I just put it out yesterday, my next meditation, which is a Ho'oponopono meditation, that's out first of December, and it's a really, really lovely meditation and energy healing technique and mantra to use. On my trip, I bought this wooden stool from a woodworker. It's perfect for guitar because it has a flip bottom that you can put one leg up on. Oh, right, okay. A little bit like a milking stool, I suppose. You know, the old milking stools you used to be able to get for doing the cow's udders and things. I'm going to a Halloween party October the 25th. Cool. That'll be fun. What are you dressing up as? Are you dressing up as anything? You have to go to a Halloween party dressed up, surely. Last time I went to a Halloween party dressed up, I went as Batman. The Dark Knight version. Where's the party at? Is it friends? Is it family? Is it at a school, or is it an organised thing? Well, I'm guessing it's an organised thing. You don't celebrate Halloween, Namira. To be honest with you, I don't really do anything for it. In fact, I turn all the lights off so nobody bothers me and knocks on the door. But the last few years, we've not had many people knock. To be fair, it's been very, very quiet. The most annoying part of this year is bloody fireworks. It's the dogs, like one of the dogs, absolutely hates the fireworks. She trembles. She tries to hide in corners of the rooms, and she wheezes herself as well when she hears the fireworks. It's awful to watch, and you try and reassure her and calm her down, but she just gets very anxious around those sorts of things. So it's awful to see. It's horrible, and you just want to be able to try and comfort her, but it's so hard. I'm going to dress up as K-pop Demon Hunter's costume at your friend's house. I built a lot of cool things for the Halloween parade locally. I could almost do just as well celebrating no holidays at all, but sometimes you just do it for your loved ones. I love to light a candle for Diwali, not religious, but love the idea of mindfulness meditation. Yeah. I think it's a very powerful time of the year, you know, and that's why a lot of this stuff comes about at this point, you know, because it's a really powerful time of the year, because we're going through seasonal changes and transitions. We're all changing and transitioning, ready for winter. So that's kind of like why we get this sort of, as I was just saying to Jay earlier on, you know, that's at the minute we get this big surge of energy of like creation, do. And it's because we're getting ready just to hibernate, to get sort of, it's our natural way, it's our natural state. And we're just following the seasons. We're following what the energy is doing and what we're feeling through it as we move through it. I love fireworks, but my dog always barks at fireworks. So that's why you get annoyed. Yeah. I'm not too bothered about them, to be fair. I used to like them as a kid, but I'm not... I think I just don't enjoy them now because it affects the animals and the wildlife and dogs and things. That's why I don't really like them much now. They just become more of an annoyance. Especially when people become a bit more kind of like disrespectful. And don't think of others. I normally cuddle my dog so he doesn't get scared. Yeah, I wrap a towel round her, like around her ears, around her head, to try and block a bit of the sound out. But it always just falls off. Just she looks like an old woman when I when I wrap the towel round her head. She just looks like an old lady. But yeah, the other dog, he's not bothered by them, but she's really, really triggered by different things, different sounds. She especially doesn't like beeps, like beep noises. If she hears a beep, it just sends her a bit funny. You don't mind the fireworks, goes on too long. Yeah, it just, I don't know, I just find them a bit of an annoyance, really. But I'm not really keen on like really loud bangs. I just don't like them. I subscribe because I never ever see your live things. I watch lives, but sometimes I don't. Well, now you're subscribed, you'll get notified whenever I go live. So you know you're never going to miss one now. So every live, I expect you there. I'll be every single one. No excuses. I don't expect you there at every single one. It is what it is. People, whoever's there, are meant to be there. Mary, yes, I'm following my own energy and healing process and love to be in quiet moments. But everyone has her own way of doing things. They absolutely do. Yeah, beautifully put. I love going out, eating McDonald's, KFC, Burger King. I just love them. Free foods, I get it for free as well. Good on you. I'm not keen on them. I remember an episode of The Twilight Zone where a dude was obsessed with loud banging noises. I did watch The Twilight Zone back in the day, but that was when I was like really young, so I wasn't really paying much attention. I've actually started watching, actually I haven't watched it. I started, but I haven't watched it for a few weeks now. I started watching the Twin Peaks. Because I remember watching that when I was in my early 30s and I quite enjoyed it. There was something about it that was just kind of like, it was a bit quirky and a bit weird and a bit like shit at the same time, but also good. So I thought, oh, you know what? So my partner bought the box set for us. So I did start watching it, but I need to get back to it. Get back to watching it. My body has been asking for more fruit and veggies, but also asked for McDonald's fries the other day. I also love Black Mirror. Yes, yeah, I watched a lot of Black Mirror. That was really interesting. I really enjoyed that. Well, we're seeing a lot of that play out now, aren't we? Like the way the AI shite's going. Twin Peaks is dark. It's good. Got depth. Can only watch so much. Be having strange dreams. Yeah, I can only watch so much of it. Like when I first got the box set, I watched the pilot episode, which seemed to be like really, really long. Seemed to go on for ages. I think it was like an hour and a half, the first episode. And then the episodes after that were a bit shorter, maybe 40, 45 minutes. So I binge watched the first maybe 3-4 episodes. And then, it's kind of like gone by the wayside at the minute. Lately, I'm too sensitive to watch most things, but I think in the future I'll be back. David Lynch, clever man. You've seen his interview with Cher? No, I haven't. The future is now. I am both really excited and a little bit scared to be living in this time, but I've been really vibing lately. Yeah. I love Twin Peaks. Yeah, like I say, I watched it back in the probably my early 30s, late 20s, early 30s. Someone had it and they lent me it, so I watched it and I really enjoyed it. And then I just felt a call to watch it again not so long ago. Can you stay here and do the live all day? I'm afraid not. I've got things to do, I'm afraid. Odd times sensing something. Very strange times. And David Icke's always in the middle of it, isn't he? He's always there. Noted that, like, I noticed he was there at the No to Digital ID protest march in London and what have you. There's something I just don't quite. I don't know. There's something about him. I'm just like, Have you seen Girls on HBO? It's good funny too. I haven't, no, not on HBO. I don't have HBO. I'm going to always be watching your channels and every day. Thank you. I'll be back. I won't be here for a minute. No problem. Take care. We'll see you back here soon. I'm in a bit of a quandary now with what to do with this. Yeah, so I went out for a nice walk this morning, so I got like a good 10,400 steps or something like that in. So that was good. That's got my steps in for the day. I'm going to do some weights later on in the bedroom, do a bit of a workout. I did my legs the other day, so my legs are quite tender today. A little bit of DOMS in my legs, so I'm going to do some upper body in a bit later on, and then and then see what happens, see where we go, see what happens after that. Did you see all the security around Princess Anne? Absolutely loads going into Scotland Yard. Maybe the suits want rid of them. G suits. I'm going for a walk shortly, just doing a bit of tidying. I didn't see that, no, around Princess Anne. Is that to do with, was she going there because of Andrew, because of what's going on with him and stuff? I don't really pay much attention to them all. I don't give them the time of day. They're a bunch of bloody money scrounging time wasters. And government, they all are as well. I don't give any of them the power that they want. Not my king, not my government. Armed guards and guns, it's crazy. All that money that gets spent on them, and then you've got people sat homeless, like freezing to death in the streets around the cities and the capitals, and it's just, I'm not a royalist. I don't give them the time of day. Welcome back, Albie. No, there was a thing with Joe Rogan the other day on TikTok, and he was talking about all the stuff that's going on over here in England, and people getting kind of arrested at 2 o'clock in the morning for having an opinion on Facebook, anything to do with immigration or anything like that, anything that's derogatory or against it. They're getting basically pulled and arrested and all that sort of stuff. And you think, bloody hell, it's like living in a communist state, the way that it's going. But we said this during COVID. We said that this is what will happen. It's all this stuff that they're trying to impose and bring in and what have you. But the truth always comes out. The truth always comes out. I need a charger for my Xbox. Do you know what Roblox is? Isn't that them little toy things? Building robot block things or whatever. I'm sure it was them that I used to sell when I worked in the works. Roblox. I'm sure they were called Roblox or something like that. I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong. One of my regular in-person Reiki clients, that's where we're up to so far. One of my regular Reiki clients yesterday, it's always nice to catch up with them and have a bit of a natter, see what's going on with them. We're also organising a Reiki share and reattunement night here in town as well, for Reiki practitioners to be reattuned to the level that they're at, and also any Reiki master teachers that may be out there to come along and practice attunements and things like that if they feel. So it'd be like a workshop. So that's something else that we're setting up currently, and that's for next month. That's the 23rd of November. 23rd November, 6 p.m. till 9 p.m. It's a Sunday. I've just answered your question there. My 21-year-old son threw out his Xbox and it made him very creative with his mind and other things. Yeah, it's interesting what will happen when you get rid of one stimulus, other neurons start firing up to take the space. Are you drinking tea? Because if you are, my mum is making one so we can be matching. Bless you. I am drinking tea. It's just about finished now though. So could she make me another one while she's at it? No sugar, no milk, just black tea, please. Yeah, so a Reiki share it's basically for Reiki people to come together to give Reiki to each other to practice. You do kind of like meditation. You just do Reiki stuff. So it's like it's all Reiki orientated for Reiki people, Reiki practitioners, and yeah, that's kind of like it really. But yeah, the last one that we did, I put a shot on here actually. It was absolutely magical. The energy in the room was electric. It was so powerful. It was you could just feel like all the tingling over your body. You know, when people say that energy is not real, they haven't got a clue. It's you can just feel it. When you just stand there, you just feel it. You know, and when you're in a certain vibration, you can feel it. It's like when if you do something positive for somebody, you know, even if it's just like this morning, I was going around the park and I was just saying good morning to people and hello, how are you? And just chatting away and whatever. And there was a little old lady, she was sat on the bench and I just said, good morning, you okay there? She said, oh yeah, she said, I'm just having a bit of a breather. I said, that's a beautiful day, isn't it? With the sun and everything. Still, she said, oh yeah, it's glorious, you know, it's really lovely. You know, just those little acts of just kindness, and you actually feel it. You feel your vibration change, and you feel that tingling energy around your body, and it's beautiful. It really is. Your Reiki session was very powerful. I never experienced it before with Reiki healing. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's. I think this sort of last couple of years, I think the energy, because it's not me, I don't control the energy, I just intend for it to happen, but the energy feels more refined, it feels more powerful in a way. And the only real way you can increase and develop that energy is to develop yourself. So the last sort of couple of years, I've really kind of like dived deep into Reiki on a much deeper level to have a greater understanding of it, and being able to work and harmonize my own energy helps to then create that focus for me to be a bright channel to deliver that healing to somebody else. So yeah, I think it's definitely changed, and even like before, it was always sir, I am new. What is your channel about? Hello there, BLK. This channel is all about Reiki, meditation, spirituality, spiritual awakening, spiritual journeys, mental health, self-development. It's all that kind of stuff. So if that resonates, please do subscribe and keep an eye out for more lives. I'm trying to go live a few times a week to connect to viewers more one-to-one. But I also release content every Monday and every Friday, usually at 8 p.m. UK time. I also do the shorts from those long-form videos as well. So it gives you an indication of what that long-form video is about, so you can go and check it out. So yeah, if that resonates, if that has some meaning for you and you feel, you know, I'm quite interested in that, then hit that subscribe button and hit the bell and you'll get notified for when a video goes out. I also have a membership on the channel as well, so you can get early access to my content. I've currently got content scheduled up till, I think it's the 1st of December, I think I said earlier. So yeah, that's the latest videos of meditation. So it's a Ho'oponopono meditation, which is basically like a mantra, but it's an energy healing practice. It's a Hawaiian prayer, energy healing practice that helps to refine, stabilize, and cleanse your energy. I'm really stressed as an 8th class student in India. As you know, the education system has just freaked up. Please tell how to manage my interests along with study. So what interests have you got? What is it that you like to do? And how often do you need to study? What are you studying? Is it a particular subject, or is it earlier education? Is it secondary education? Is it like college or university or something like that? Or what level of education is it, and how much time do you need to dedicate to that, to then be able to do your own things. So what are you interested in? What do you like to do? It'd be good to know that before I start creating a thought process. Martial arts, good. Football, school, study. So I'm guessing martial arts and your football are your main loves that you want to do more of outside of school. So what days do you do your martial arts and what days do you do your football? Because it's just about managing your time. And how much you do solo at home. What solo? What do you mean solo? Solo martial arts training or? But I mean, if it's at home, then you can just do it whenever. You can just do it whenever. I think a lot of the time it's just managing your day. It's managing what's important to you. You just need to make sure that you give yourself that time for you. It might not be every day, but at least 2 or 3 times a week, so you can actually dedicate some time to it, rather than thinking I've got no time to do it at all. You know, just rewire your thinking and actually fit it. There will be times in your day where you can actually fit it in. You might have to stop doing one thing to be able to do more of the other. You might have to just like mix and match a little bit. Right, so schoolwork is sent online and takes 3 to 4 hours if done consistently. So you could always break that up. You could break it down and have like an hour's break in between. You could dedicate just maybe 3 days where you're just going to do the work on those days, and then the other days are your time that you're going to dedicate to what you want to do. You're just going to manage your time. And that's something that you never get taught at school. You never get taught how to do time management. You don't get taught how to like run a business. You don't get taught how to do your accounts. You don't get taught any of the stuff that you need for kind of like outside of school. So I think it's a really, really good question, and I think it's a really poignant question for a lot of people to be aware of, is being able to manage your own time. And sometimes that takes sacrifice. Sometimes that means you have to get up an hour or two earlier. You have to go to bed a little bit earlier so you get plenty of sleep. But it's just a case of you will find time in your day. And many people will make excuses and they'll say, oh, well, I can't, I've got to do this, or I've got to, you can spend so much time on your phone or on I know, speaking to a phone, but you can spend so much time on your phone doing whatever it is, playing games on an Xbox, but that could be time that could be better spent on actually creating something that you want to be, someone that you want to become, or something that you want to do, or something that you enjoy, something that you are passionate about. Harnessing and using that energy for something you are passionate about is so much more important. But it's all about just managing your time effectively. So for me, I mean, like when I was younger, I would have probably stayed in bed, whereas now I'm up 6 o'clock each morning, or maybe a little bit earlier if I've got more to do or whatever. But by the night time, when it gets to like sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock, I know that my day has been filled with it's been filled with things that have nurtured me. It's been filled with creativity. It's been filled with things that I need to do. So I've earned my rest on the night, and then that takes me into the next day, where again I can get up and I can just repeat, and it's all about creating that ritual, creating that routine, to help focus on that, to help you harness that level of stability in everyday life. And that can be quite hard for people it can be quite a bit of a pill to swallow for some people as well, is saying, oh, well, I won't be able to do that, I won't be able to go out and do that, I won't be able to see them. And, but sometimes what's more important, you've got to do what's right for you. And it's all about, it's not just time management as well, it's also you're learning about your own boundaries, you're learning about boundary setting of what's important to you, what's important to your time. And then when things are done that you need to get done, then you've got time to spend on X, Y, and Z. It's all about boundary setting. And once you start to learn how to manage that time, and set those boundaries, then things become more, not regimental, but more regulated. That's the word, regulated. And you'll know and understand yourself better, because you know now that's that day, and I need to focus on that day. That's that day, right? This is my time. That's that day. I've got to do that on that day, and just create that routine, create that those levels of boundaries for yourself. Very, very important. What's going on here? I'm just trying to offer some advice to somebody that doesn't know how to fit different things into their routine. And so that's kind of like what I'm explaining. But for the majority of the time, I've been painting. I've just been chatting, talking about Reiki and mindfulness and the world and what's going on in the world and different things, bits of all sorts. The biggest problem is that I plan everything, but when it comes to execution, I just mess up. So why do you mess up? Are you planning too much? Are you trying to cram too much in? Break it down. Make the portions of time more bite-sized and manageable. Don't try and fit everything in. Make it smaller, more manageable bits. Yeah, just try to execute for 30 minutes. Yeah, even that. Just break it down, smaller portions, smaller bite-sized chunks. And then you'll find, actually, once you've done it, you're like, oh, actually, I could probably get a bit more done now in that time. So do a little bit more. And it's just, time management is something that you learn over the years. And I know it's not something, they don't teach it in schools. They don't teach a lot of things like actual life skills that you need. They don't teach you. So it's a really great question they did ask. But yeah, just managing your time effectively. Yeah, so dedicated work for 30 minutes, and when you've done it for a week, try 45. Yeah, try and build up. And Alex puts a really great point in as well. Messing up is a big part of the execution. Absolutely, because if you don't mess up, how are you going to learn? You need to learn from your mistakes. You need to learn from where you've messed up. But it's really difficult for a minute. Well, what's really difficult for a minute? Why is it difficult? If it's difficult, then you can't be passionate about it. You can't actually want to do it if it's difficult. How old are you, BLK? Just out of curiosity, just so I know what's kind of like year group you're in. Yeah, I can see your hidden messages, BLK, and that's probably going to be a big part of it as well. I'm not going to show the messages because the it's not polite and it's not something that we need to get into. But at the end of the day, it's down to you. It's down to you to make that time for you, however you want to do it. Yeah. But I'm going to head off shortly because I've been on for nearly an hour now, and it's been really good to chat. It's really good to see Alex again and chat to Alex and get some new people. If you're new here and you've not been to the channel before, please do subscribe. I'm trying to go live more regular through the week so you can connect more one-to-one. But I do release content every Monday and Friday as well, and I've got content scheduled up to the 1st of December. So you can join the membership if you wish to get early access to that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, there's not much else to add to that really. But thank you for the thumbs up, thank you for the likes, thank you for commenting and chatting, and yeah, we all find our own way. We all find our own way of getting there, of getting things done, of putting things into action. So just do it. Just do it. Don't find excuses. Don't find reasons for not doing it. Just do it. Get it done. All right? So, much love. Do take care. Namaste. Peace. Bye for now.